Welcome to Project Hardway. Last time you saw Little Green, we just got done slamming this thing on its face. And man, it looks good. But we have some interference issues. Dadgum. It's time to roll some fenders and cut some frame. So let's start up front. We've got the front end off the ground. I've got the tires off to the side. We're going to look up here in the fender well, and we're going to look at the damage that's been created by where the wheels have been contacting stuff. Starting right here, you can see, good night. So as the wheel travels up and down and it's turned, when it's straight, it seems to be okay. But when it's turned, it wants to grab the side of the tire right here. And as you can see, it's been pulling it down and out. And I've admittedly tapped on it with a hammer here and there, but without taking the wheel off. And even some of the curling has done some damage to the paint, unfortunately. But, you know, so it'll be all right. So on top of that, it doesn't look like I've been contacting anything up here. Though I know that a lot of S10, oh wait, what's that? Dagnabbit. That bolt right there tends to get taken out on a lot of lowered S10s. We may go ahead and just get that one out on ours, and then whenever we're turning the wheel, trying to go closer to lock, we got this little area over here where the wheel's contacting. So we got some things to work out here. Now, because the way these things are, I don't have to roll the entire lip. It's really just this area here that we're having to work with, because the tire sits like this. It's up in the wheel well, and because it's a truck, it's opened up on the front and the back. That's not really causing us any issues. So what I'm going to do is, I've got my heat gun. I'm going to warm up this lip with the heat gun. What that's going to do is two things, hopefully. One is make the metal a little bit more easier to work. When it's hot, it'll bend easier, less resistance. And also, hopefully it will prevent more paint damage from occurring. So I think I'm going to start here with the big guy. Let's see what I can do with that. And then figure out, I'll probably just start here and then work my way down a bit. And then work my way towards the back a bit and see where we're at. So before I start beating this thing, we'll look up in here and we'll see how things are layered. You know, the fender's got a couple of layers, and then it gets into the fender liner up here. So really we're just working with the fender at this point. We want to fold this outer layer up and push all that together to make it, you know, more like this instead of this. I have an assortment of hammers that I'm going to use to work on this. No rolling pins or baseball bats, I'm sorry. But ball peen hammer, rubber hammer, and dead blow. So we'll just see how creative we can get with this. I'm going to start with the rubber hammer. It's already cooled off, and the paint is just flaking right off of it. Holy cow. There we go. And I'll just work myself along that whole area that's folded down there. That's been pulled down by the side of the tire, you know. God, look at that paint damage. Holy, oh. So now it's rolled back kind of up where it used to be, and it's running into another layer here. So I'm going to need to do some more, you know, aggressive beating. Well, we're 2 minutes into this, and paint be damned, I guess. Whew, golly. I still don't trust it. Man, that sucks. Get this dead blow out and really give her some pounding. Oh, what am I about to knock over up there? So after a couple of minutes, you can see we've got this portion right here kind of back in an upward position. There's still a nice, ugly little lip right here. I'd like to get that brought in, or I guess more towards the outside of the truck and a little bit more upward so it doesn't grab the tire and get ripped down again. Whew. I've been having some back problems lately, so I gotta be careful getting down low like this. My glasses are not good enough at being safety glasses. Oh crap. Well, now I'm just at the point of beating the crap out of it, so I'm gonna go hard. This is my, can't remember how much it weighs, hand sledge. Here we go. Oh yeah. Let me show you some of this action. See what we're working with here? Whew, golly. Still looks like junk. Hope that that's gonna be a substantial amount of clearance difference. Cause look, we got, you know, out here and then it zoops right in. So to being that wide, it's that wide. So that might be the formula there. Just use the old hand sledge as a melee weapon down to about right here, then fine tune it with the ball peen, and we'll go about up to here for this one. All right, well, while that looks like total crap, if my tire doesn't get caught on it and get tore up, I think I'm cool with it. There's a little lip right here that is where the two pieces of metal didn't quite fold together. I may take a flat disc and get that smooth. But for now, I've got this over here. So this area that you see here that's shiny, you know, that's where the tire's been hitting, but we've got to go a little more than that because the tire will then be able to go back some more, and then what are we going to do? We're going to run into it again with more interference issues. So, I guess not right here, but more back in this way. Let's see what this does. Oh, wow. Come here, you. I think there's just cab on the other side of that. Ugh. Remember that when you hit metal like this, you're pushing that metal that way, but you're also pulling the metal around it towards it. So there's a lot going on when you do that. We'll lay down. Hopefully save my back a little bit. I'm not even sure that this is really going to yield me any type of results. Alright, I'm going to give my arms a moment to relax. Go do the same thing on the other side, and then the results we've yielded, yet to be determined. Alright, more of the same story over here. Looks ugly, beat the absolute snot out of it, but if it works, it works. Alright, after I got her back on the ground, I squashed each side, pushed it down a little bit, bounced it, rolled it back and forth a couple of times, get everything settled in where it ought to be, and holy cow. I mean, I can fit my hand in there now. Now, a lot of the problems I had with this wasn't necessarily when the truck was rolling straight. It was when I would turn the wheel and hit a bump or go around a turn. It would smack around on a lot of these places because, you know, things change when the wheels turn. So I'm going to turn the wheel each way, either way, and just kind of see how it clears out then. Oh, I I forgot all about my lock clearance back here. I mean, I'm touching, but I feel like that's more than I've turned the tire in a long time. She makes wide turns now. I guess with the wheel turned to the left, be the right side, that would be the problem area. And I feel like I've got plenty of clearance over here. Turn to the right a bit. Not quite full lock, but still fit my fingers in there. I couldn't do that before. I think we're good to go on it. Just have to drive it and see. Now, admittedly, currently I'm in no position to take this truck out and drive it, test drive it. So, in the meantime, let's go ahead and get under the rear of the thing and take a look at what the first thing we're going to do, at least, to get it clearanced up in the back. Oh, yeah. Oh. Let me show you what I'm thinking about here. So when I first lowered this truck, I cut the majority of the bump stuff off. But as you saw, if you were paying attention during the intro, it didn't do much. Right now the suspension is at full droop, and there's about maybe 4.5 inches of clearance in there. When it's sitting down low, it's only got a couple. So I mean, I'm anticipating every time that I hit the slightest thing in the street that it bumps and bangs. I just kind of get myself ready for it. And when I'm on a really smooth road, I don't know how to feel, because it's like, when's it gonna bump? So what I'm gonna do, what a lot of guys do, look up here. They C-notch this. You cut out part of the frame and you put some metal in here that makes it to where the axle can travel up further. I'm not gonna do that, of course. What I'm gonna do instead, at least for the time being, is I'm gonna come in here and I'm going to get my angle grinder and I'm gonna cut out this entire bump stop bracket. That's gonna give me a few more inches of clearance, and then we'll go from there. Maybe. All right, so I think, you know, my plan was to go below the weld here, the factory weld. Right here, I've gone through the frame rail. Whoops, sorry. I think I need to take a different approach with this. We may break out the grinder disc instead of the cutoff wheel. Though I guess I probably could just zing and leave all this on here. You know what, that might actually be easier. Let's see what I can do with that. All right, so that death wheel's just about gone, but I've got most of this side cut off. In fact, that part that I cut before below the weld, and boom, there that goes. So now, you know, only 3/4 more of the damn thing to come off. What happens when I do this? Mostly nothing. All right. Keep cutting. Well, would you look at that? It's almost off there, isn't it? But unfortunately, that only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. All right, pretty sure there's only one last little bit of this thing being held on here. See if I can pry it off. Come on out of there, you. Oh, well, drop it. You know, don't want to drop a grinder on my face. But maybe just a little more little kiss with the death wheel there. Ow! Hit my head on the jack over there. Doggone it. Oh! Sparks on my belly. Oh, get out of there, you. Oh, it's gone. It's off there. Check it out. There she is. All right. There's one bump stop off the, oh, that's still hot. Off the driver's side. Now we've got the passenger side. All right, right side done. Honestly, not as cleanly as the left side, but it's off there and it's out of the way. So I'm gonna spray some epoxy black on that for the, fresh metal, keep it from getting rusty immediately. Then we'll set her back on the ground and do a bounce test. Gone down! Oh, snatched the jack handle out of my hand. All right, let's see how much travel we got now. I can't make it smack the frame. Oh, it's so great. Yes! Now, maybe not right now, but tomorrow afternoon, we're ready to take this thing out and give it its first good official test drive, hopefully without any significant clearance issues. All right, so here we are the next evening, afternoon, however you want to put it. Boy's got a karate class to go to, so this will be our test drive to see just how well things have gone. First things first, when I would leave the driveway, it would bang the rear end, and it's not a curb, it's just a transition from concrete to pavement. Let's see how this goes. Nothing. Oh, so great. Next up, this little turn down here doesn't have a stop sign. If I go around it too quick, I'll scrape on the fender. Bump. No scrape. Yes. Oh man. If I can drive this truck regularly without it beating and banging around a bunch, it's gonna be great. She's wheeling pretty good. Oh, we're already in 5th gear. Doggone it! All right, the next big test is gonna be going over this little bridge down here that goes over this little river stream thing. It's pretty dipped on both sides of it. Used to be it just rub the fender wells right out of it and, do what it could to change the shape of the axle and the frame in the rear. We're doing, say, about 47 miles an hour right now. Here we go. No banging. All right, now the exit. Nothing. Yes! I think that I am now ready to drive this truck just about anywhere. We're here at my buddy Steve's shop. Say hi, Steven.
What up, guys?
I was expecting a hi, Steven, but either way, we're here to check out his 67 Chevelle. It's a crew cab, 4-door flavor, straight 6, 3 on the tree. Okay, cool. But one of the real reasons we're here, though, is because we need to take Steven and put him in the truck. We got to do a friend test now that we've made some clearancing issues. See, Steven over there is probably over 275 pounds. Don't let him lie to you. And so that's going to change the dynamics when we start driving down the road. If you got a buddy with you, we've had the mini-me in the truck, but he doesn't weigh anything, right? But a big guy like Steve, he's going to change some stuff. So we need to throw him in there and go over some rough stuff, see if it's going to scrape and bang, or how much it's going to scrape and bang, So, yes. All right. We got all 357 pounds of Steven over there in the passenger seat. Now we're doing the buddy test. We'll get a little taste right here on Steve's road. It's a little janky. Wait, what happened to that spot that was...
You just went by it.
Really? I'll be dipped. Can I say that? Sure. Steve, have you ever felt what used to be 110 horsepower brand new 30 years ago in a 3,200 pound vehicle?
Nah, man.
Well, you better be ready. Up here on this main drag to Steve's house is pretty rough. So I'm gonna go hobble her over there. You put some grease on that clutch pedal. Nah. Have you seen the truck?
It's character. Turn the radio up loud enough, it fixes itself.
Fixes everything. I mean,
Nothing.
it's a slammed truck, yeah. So there's some sacrifice. I mean, it still bottoms out on some stuff, but it's a lot better. Oh,
There was one.
little kiss there.
Well, that was a puddle.
Yeah, Steve over here making me hit the fender wells.
Pretty sure I saw Johnny's flag sticking out of that thing. Oh man, don't even think about going 24 west in this thing.
Well, see, I have not gone on the interstate at all in this truck since I lowered it. So on my way home, that'll be the next test. Look at that S10 over there. It's all stock ride height. Just peasant. When you got a lowered vehicle, you make sacrifices in ride quality. But I think that I have salvaged much of it.
No, it runs good, man.
I am just a little disappointed in the nitro drop shocks though. I expected them to be a little bit firmer. They're fairly soft. But really they're designed,
nitros.
they're the Beltex, but the thing is they're designed to be shorter. It's not necessarily like it's a racing shock, it's just designed to be shorter so that you're not running a stock length shock
Right.
at a compressed height all the time and blowing it out. So I guess. All right, so we've left Steve's house. I've replaced Steve with a set of 10-inch subwoofers. One of those is blown, one of them isn't. It's free. Box is good. We'll see what we do with that later. So now we're on to the final test for our clearances. We're jumping on the interstate. Here we go. Oh boy. Oh God, that was not ideal. Whatever that was. Probably should have wowed her down a little bit. Oh boy. All right, so these back tires are shorter than the stock tires. So what does that mean? That means that, uh-oh, here comes bridge. Nope. What that means is that the wheel has to spin faster to accomplish the same speed for the vehicle because it's shorter. What is it? What do you do to spin it faster? You spin the gear faster. What do you do to spin the gear faster? You rev the engine to the moon. This thing is screaming to do 75. Remember, it is just a 4-cylinder truck. That bridge wasn't too bad, was it? Honestly, that entrance ramp back there is bad on any car. I can't blame it for knocking the way that it did. Here we go. That was not bad at all. So if you're on a decent stretch of highway with some decent overpasses, you know, a little bump here and there, like I said earlier, we sacrifice when we lower the vehicle. It looks good, but you always got a little bit of clearance issues somewhere. I think overall, I'm going to call this ready to roll. It's a win. Well, if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. And if you're this far along in the video, if you're not already, consider subscribing. It'd really help your boy out. Trying to hit that magical 1,000 number. Anyway, next video on this thing, we're going to try to return it to a truck that can actually do some sort of truck stuff. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes you gotta do things the hard way.